Well, Rick Miller steps in against Doyle Alexander as this ball game is just about ready to get underway. About a 36-minute delay because of weather, but the infield looks dry. The outfield doesn't look too wet from up here. Miller batting at .288, no home runs, 12 runs batted in. Neto shortens up for him at third base, and the first pitch is low and inside a ball. Nettles, Mason, Randolph at second base for the first time in 16 games. Chambliss at first base. White, Rivers, and Piniella straight away in the outfield. The 1-0 pitch to Miller is outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch is lined to left field. White's there, backing up a couple of steps now, and he puts it away. 1 away. Boy, the Yankee-Red Sox series, always electric series. Here's Denny Doyle, the second baseman. The crowd responds to just about every swing of the bat, every called pitch. Doyle, a left-handed batter, is hitting .242, no home runs, 18 runs batted in. He's not having the year for the Red Sox he had last year when they acquired him from the California Angels. But he's in there now, placed in there by the new skipper, Don Zimmer. And Alexander gets the first pitch over for a strike. Doyle Alexander against Denny Doyle. Doyle, a slap hitter. He likes to slap the ball at the opposite field. The Yankees play him that way. Slow bounce to first. Chambliss has it. Steps on the bag, 2 out. That'll bring on Fred Lynn. Last year's Mr. Everything for the Boston Red Sox and in American League Baseball. This year, Lynn's batting at .313. He has 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in. One of the reasons the Red Sox haven't done as well this year, probably Lynn's RBI production is down. Still a fine ball player. Pitch to him. Swung on it on the ground to Randolph at second base. He takes it out. Throws on the Chambliss if got a win. Well, a 1-2-3 inning for Doyle Alexander, and at the end of the half inning, the Red Sox nothing. Yankees coming up. Well, Bill Lee coming in from the Red Sox bullpen out of left field got a mixture of boos and cheers. He came on, so we also have a lot of Red Sox fans here. Update on the scores. The Milwaukee Brewers won, the Baltimore Orioles nothing after 3. Cleveland 2, Detroit 1 after 2.5. And the Mets and Montreal, no score after 2.5 in Montreal. Atlanta leads Cincinnati 1-0 after 4. That's an update on the scores. Lee's making his 7th start of the year and his 2nd against the Yankees and his 1st since May 20. That game here in which he went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits. 1 unearned run. Game they had that fight here. The Red Sox won that ball game 8-2. He's made 3 relief appearances since coming off the disabled list on July 12th. Went 2 innings on July 15th in Kansas City. 4 in Kansas City on the 18th, and 1 1/3 on July 18th in Minnesota. Lee's last one was on August 24th of 1975 when he beat the White Sox 6-1 at Fenway Park. Bill Lee has finished warming up, and Mickey Rivers steps in. Another excellent crowd. Few people missing in the box seats here. Upstairs looks like it's fairly well full. Rivers batting .302, 5 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Lines one to right field. After it's a right fielder, Darwin, and he's got it in right center. 1 away. Mickey Rivers jumping on the first pitch from Bill Lee. A high slider or curveball hung up there. Rivers hit it hard, but Darwin ran it down. Petrocelli's the third baseman. Burleson the shortstop. Doyle at second, and Yastrzemski at first. Miller in left, Lynn in center, and Bobby Darwin out in right field. Carlton Fisk now flashing signs for Bill Lee. Pitch to White. Big slow curve is in there, called strike. White batting at .284, 8 home runs, 41 runs batted in. The 1-strike pitch. Chop foul outside third. 2 strikes on White. Ellie Howard, the first base coach. Dick Hauser, the third base coach. No score when the bottom of the first, one out, nobody on for the Yankees. Lee rocks, kicks, and deals a two-strike pitch to White. Hit in the air, right field. Darwin going back. He's got plenty of room, settles under it, and he's got it. 2 outs. That'll bring on third Munson. Munson having some kind of year, batting at .339. 9 home runs and 62 runs batted in. Munson and Jeff Burroughs tied for the second spot in RBIs in the American League. Thurm makes Lee wait. John Mayberry of Kansas City has 63 runs batted in. Munson and Burroughs have 62. Chambliss has 59. As Lee misses outside with the fastball. Lee May of Baltimore has 57. Munson backs out. Kneeling on deck is Lou Piniella. Lee's 1-0 pitch to Munson. Change up, chop to shortstop. Nice hop for Burroughs. Tires of first base have got Munson. 3 up, 3 down for the Yankees, and we've played 1. At the end of 1, Yankees nothing, the Red Sox nothing. Top of the second, and Carl Yastrzemski, the captain of the Red Sox, will lead off with the Beantowners. It'll be Yastrzemski, Darwin, and Carlton Fisk against Joel Alexander. Munson, by the way, is also the number 3 hitter in the American League, following George Brett at .364 and Hal McRae at .349. Munson batting at .338 now. Outfield swings around toward right field for Yastrzemski, and the fastball tails outside, a ball. He has batting .270, 16 home runs, 56 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner, a called strike. It's 1-1. Well, the skipper of the Red Sox, Don Zimmer, does his own coaching at third base. The 1-1 pitch to Yaz is down low, 2 balls and a strike. And it looks like Johnny Pesky coaching at first base. Every once in a while, Billy Martin will coach third. Every once in a while, Gene Mock of the Minnesota Twins will coach third. 2-1 pitch to Yaz. Change up, low, 3 balls and a strike. They've got Stanley, the shortstop, out behind second base, though Randolph plays straight away, and so does Chambliss. Nettles wide at third. 3-1 pitch to Yastrzemski. Fouled straight back. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're playing the top of the second. No score in the ball game as Alexander wants a new baseball. And gets it from home plate umpire Nestor Shylock. Jim Evans calling him at first base. Joe Brinkman down at second, and the rookie Greg Kosk at third. Yes, pops a pitch up. Looks like it's going to be behind the plate. Munson looking. Now he throws his mask away. He's got it. So Yastrzemski fouls out the third Munson on a 3-2 pitch, and that'll bring on Bobby Darwin, the right fielder. Darwin batting at .232 for the Red Sox. 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Big, strong right-handed hitter. Basically a fastball hitter, has trouble with the breaking ball. Yankees play him straight away. Pitch to Darwin, a curveball that swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Now Darwin backs out. Alexander will probably feed him a lot of breaking balls, a lot of change-ups, and he'll just show him the fastball out of the strike zone. The 0-1 pitch. Inside. Fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Darwin stands right on top of the plate. Probably his Fenway Park swing in stance. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Darwin. Fouled off right side. That'll be over the Yankee dugout and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Darwin. We're in the top of the second. There's 1 out, nobody on. No score in the ball game. The Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Alexander bends forward, gets his sign, rocks. A 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, tomorrow afternoon, Ed Figueroa for the Yankees against left-hander Rick Jones. Figueroa is 12-6. Jones is 4-0. 2-2 pitch. He checked a swing, and the count is even. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It isn't even, it's uneven, but it's 3-2. Munson, that's first base umpire Jim Evans, and Evans said no. Curveball hit in the air, center field, coming on Rivers, and he's got it on the run. Good running catch by Mickey Rivers, and they're 2 outs. So far, the Yankees playing good D. Here's Fisk. Of course, all year long they've gotten fairly good pitching, fairly good defense, fairly good hitting, and have excellent team speed. And that's why they're on top of the American League East by 11 games. And when you say fairly good, I think you're being a little conservative. Here's Carlton Fisk, the catcher. He's batting .249, home runs, 32 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. Alexander's first pitch. Fastball popped up behind the plate. Munson coming back. He's there. He's got it. So Fisk got jammed with the fastball that tailed in on him, and Munson made the catch in foul territory. Alexander's retired 6 Red Sox batters in a row, and we go to the bottom of the second. Yankees nothing, the Red Sox nothing. Lou Piniella leads off for the Yankees against Bill Lee. Here in the bottom of the second, we've got a scoreless ball game. Piniella batting at .268, 3 home runs, and 22 runs batted in. Pitch one on the ground. 1 hopper to Denny Doyle at second base. Doyle takes his time, flips over to Yaz, and there's 1 away. That'll bring on Chris Chambliss, the first baseman. Well, we understand that the guillotine has fallen on another manager. Looks like Dick Williams might have gotten the axe out in California. We'll check it for you as Chambliss takes the curveball outside. The 1-0 pitch to Chambliss. Curveball on the outside corner, a ball in the strike. The Red Sox have a new skipper, Don Zimmer, directing the ball club. The 1-1 pitch to Chambliss. Fastball line, base hit past Yastrzemski on out in the right field. Darwin to his left. Bobbles the ball. Chambliss takes a big turn, but he'll go back to first base. Lee doing an excellent job. Oh, he's over there at first base just in case Chambliss might go too far. Lee was behind him. So Chambliss picks up the game's first base hit, and he's the game's first base runner with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Here's Greg Nettles, the third baseman. A .235 hitter, leads the Yankees with 14 home runs. He's driven in, see, I have 47 RBIs for Greg Nettles. And that's the right figure. Throw the first base, and Chambliss is back. Bill Kane is checking the story on Dick Williams, of course. California Angels evidently not scheduled tonight. Pitch now to Nettles. Fastball is fouled off. Hey, Williams has a contract that runs through 1977 with Gene Autry and the California Angels. Last time I read a sports magazine, it said Autry was quite happy with the Williams and Harry Dalton, the general manager out there. 1 strike to Nettles. And he checks a swing, takes inside, a ball in the strike. Chambliss off first. The 1-1 pitch to Nettles. Curveball is fouled straight down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I guess we'll get the same explanation. It's a lot easier to fire the manager than 25 players. Chambliss with a short lead off first. Lee looks at him. Lee has an excellent move to first base. Now the left-hander sets. The 1-2 pitch to Nettles. Bounced foul outside first. Ellie Howard will scoop it up. And he wants the first base umpire, Jim Evans, to inspect it. He probably wants it thrown out. And it starts to rain here again at the stadium, and the people in the box seats bring their umbrellas out. Some head back for cover underneath. 1-2 on Nettles. One out, Chambliss at first base. No score here in the bottom half of the second inning. Ball game was delayed 36 minutes by rain. Throw the first base, and Chambliss is back. Now the set again. The 1-2 to Nettles. Too high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They set up straight away in the outfield for Nettles. The infield shades him just a bit toward the right side as Lee wants another sign and gets it. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit deep to right. But stage fair is going to be a home run. It is gone. A home run for Greg Nettles. And the Yankees lead 2-0. A high drive to right field that just got in over the fence. Just to the left of the 3:10 mark. Chambliss scores, Nettles scores, and the Yankees lead 2-0. Nettles' 15th home run of the year, and he now has 49 runs batted in. That's a Getty round tripper for Greg Nettles. And for his Getty round triple, Greg receives gift certificates good toward the purchase of Getty Premium, the gasoline that, according to a recent survey, sells from 2 to 2.5 cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. Getty's got what's best for your car. Juan Bernhardt is in. He takes a change up inside. 2-0 Yankees. Here in the second inning. Fastball is swung on and missed by Bernhardt. It's 1-1. There's a high drive down the right field line. Darwin went over. He thought the ball was going to go foul. Evidently, there must be a wind up there blowing that ball and blowing toward the left field, but it made the stands. The 1-1 pitch to Bernhardt. Swung on, lined right field, coming on Darwin. He's there now, and the right fielder's got it. 2 outs. Let's take 15 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee, home of champions radio network.
WMCA, Strauss Communications in New York. This is Mel Allen. Emory doesn't think anyone should discriminate against a package because of its size, weight, or destination. Emory Air Freight, the shortest distance between 2 points.
Well, it's been confirmed that Dick Williams has been let go by the California Angels, and they have not named a new manager. Here's Willie Randolph. And Willie takes high. Randolph has missed 16 ball games with that sore knee. He's batting .273, 1 home run, 17 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch to Willie. Slow curve is in there, called strike. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Another changeup hit in the air left field. To his left, Miller. Waiting. He's there. He's got it. Yankees pick up 2 runs on 2 base hits. They leave nobody on base. And at the end of 2, it's the Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing.
Yes, yes, it's the time to say yes. At your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Right now, we're clearing out the 76s to make room for the 77s, so you can get a clearance deal on some excellent cars. Cars like Plymouth Fury, America's roomiest 2-door mid-size car, and Ferrari, Motor Trend Magazine's Car of the Year.
Yes, yes, it's the time to say yes. At your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
And if you're looking for a full-size car, you'll be glad to hear that you can really clean up on the roomy Chrysler Newport or the luxurious Chrysler New Yorker Brougham. So you can see right now, we've got the cars and we've got the deals. Now, isn't that what you've been waiting for?
Yes, yes, it's the time to say yes. At your
Get your year-end clearance deal at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Oh, we got some more acceptances for you for the 30th Annual Yankee Old Timers Day. And that'll be on Saturday, August 7th, with festivities starting at 1:15. Hector Lopez is going to be here. Sal Yavars, the old Giant. Camilo Pascual, the old Washington Senator curveballer. And George Selkirk, among the latest who've accepted. Of course, Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio will head up that list. Going to be some kind of day here at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 7th at 1:15. 30th Annual Old Timers Day. Cecil Cooper will lead off against Doyle Alexander. Top the third. Yankees ahead 2-0. Cooper takes a strike on the outside corner. Greg Nettles' 2-run home run, a towering drive just over the wall in left field, has given the Yankees their 2-0 lead. Cooper swings, doesn't get a changeup. No balls, 2 strikes on the left-handed hitter. Cooper's batting .286, 7 home runs, 33 runs batted in. They play him straight away. Alexander rocks, kicks, and deals a 2-strike pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. And Munson dropped the ball, but he tagged Cooper while he was in the box. 1 out. I think Cooper wanted to say he fouled that ball. He sort of just looked at Shylock and takes that slow walk back to the Red Sox dugout. Baltimore's taking a 2-1 lead over Milwaukee after 4. Lee May has just hit his 18th home run in the 4th inning. Petrocelli takes outside a ball. Rico batting at .212. 3 home runs, 23 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch now to Rico. Fastball is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Cleveland leading the Detroit Tigers 7-2 at the end of 3.5. Cleveland scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd in that ball game. Petrocelli takes outside. 3 balls, no strikes. On deck, the shortstop, Rick Burleson. 2-0 Yankees playing the top of the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on for the Sox. And a strike right in there, knee high. 3 balls and a strike on Petrocelli. Alexander's working quickly. Deals a 3-1. Fastball chopped to short. Charged by Stanley. Takes his time. Throws to Chambliss. And Petrocelli's out. 2 outs. In the National League, at the end of 4, Mets Montreal, no score. Atlanta won Cincinnati nothing at the end of 5. The Phillies and the Pirates tied up 1-1 after 2.5. The Cubs nothing. Cardinals batting bottom of the 1st. The Giants and Houston no score at the end of 1. Here's Burleson. He takes way outside a ball. Burleson bats right-handed. He's hitting .251. 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Fastball is low. 2 balls, no strikes on Burleson. Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing. Top half the 3rd inning. Burleson hits one in the air center field, right to Mickey Rivers, who's waiting and has got it. Well, Doyle Alexander has retired 9 in a row. And we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The score, Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
If a little extra money can make this year's vacation one you and your family will always remember, ask HFC about a vacation loan. We'll do everything we can to lend you the money you need. Household finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life. And HFC is an equal opportunity lender.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. HFC.
Who's on first in mozzarella and ricotta? Polly-O, that's who. Polly-O is the first in mozzarella and ricotta cheese because Polly-O is the last word in quality and purity. Flavor, too, because the authentic Italian taste of Polly-O mozzarella and ricotta makes a delicious difference in dishes Italiano. Take the guesswork out of cooking Italian style. Go with the best sellers in Italian soft cheese. creamy smooth Polio ricotta and easy slicing, fast-melting Polio mozzarella at your favorite market now.
Get to know Polio.
Oh, Fred Stanley steps in for the Yankees as we go into the bottom half of the third inning. The Yankees lead the Red Sox 2-0. Stanley a 207 hitter, and he takes low ball. Lee has won 10 and lost 3 against the Yankees in his career. His third best in history against the Yankees. As Stanley fouls a pitch off. Lee has won over 76% of his games against the Yankees. Dickie Kerr has won 77% of his games against the Yankees. Of course, Kerr, late old-timer, he's 14-4 against the Yankees. 1-1 to Stanley. Change up, hit on the ground to shortstop. Burleson's there. Long throw. The first is high, and over his head is Yastrzemski, and it sails into the seats. And Stanley will go on to second. It should be an error on the shortstop, Rick Burleson. Burleson went there, and he got the ball, took his time, then threw it into the seats behind Yastrzemski. Carl didn't even bother to leap for the ball. A two-base error for the shortstop, Rick Burleson. We're talking about the pitchers with excellent records against the Yankees. Bill King, I'm going to ask you, who do you think has the second best record against the Yankees? Pitching-wise. Lifetime. Babe Ruth, you're right. Yeah, you knew it. You probably wrote this stat. Bill says the Babe had the best of everything. Babe Ruth won 77% of his games against the Yankees. 17-5. Here's Rivers. Stanley off second, no outs here in the third inning. Fastball line right to the second baseman, throws to second, but not in time. Denny Doyle made a good play, diving to his right, coming up with that ball just before it hit the ground. He flipped the ball to Burleson, but not in time to get Stanley. Double Stanley up at second base. One away. Who'd Ruth pitch for? The old Boston Braves? Boston Red Sox. Before coming over here and building the old Yankee Stadium. Here's White. Runner at second, one out. Yankees lead 2-0, third inning. White hits one in the air, right side. Second baseman Doyle is there, calling. He's got it. 2 outs. That'll bring on Thurman Munson, who's got a 10-game hitting streak going and who's been up once and bounced to short. Two outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. The Yankees lead the Red Sox 2-0. Greg Nettles, 15th home run of the year. Over the right field wall, accounting for both Yankee runs in the bottom of the second. As Munson once again will make Bill Lee wait. Red Sox have some pretty good arms in their outfield. Miller, Lynn, and Darwin. Lee sets. Checks the runner at second. Pitch to Munson. Too low a ball. In Munson's last 3 games, he's 10 for 13 with 10 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch to Munson. Swung on, hit in the air down the left field line. Miller's after it. He's got room on the warning track. In the middle of the track, he puts it away for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. And at the end of 3, it's the Yankees 2, the Red Sox nothing.
Baseball and Yoo-Hoo, what a winning combination. You know, all across this great country of ours, Yoo-Hoo is the favorite chocolate action drink. And with good reason. Yoo-Hoo has a delicious chocolate taste. Rich and creamy, really refreshing. And Yoo-Hoo contains high-quality protein. What's more, it's made with 99% fat-free milk. And it's not carbonated. So instead of bloating you up, it keeps your action up. Next time you're thirsty, reach for a frosty bottle of delicious Yoo-Hoo and keep your action going. Yoo-Hoo is Yogi Berra's favorite soft drink. Make it yours.
Are you having trouble with your car's transmission? Relax. Don't waste time running from one small shop to another hoping they'll have the parts and experience to fix your car. Relax. Take your car to AMCO Transmissions, the world's largest transmission specialist with more than 525 centers coast to coast. AMCO has serviced over 4 million transmissions, so you can relax when they service yours. AMCO Transmissions, AA MCO.
Oh, a two-run home run by Greg Nettles has given the Yankees a 2-0 lead at the end of 3 innings of play. The Yankees have 2 runs on 2 hits. The Red Sox no runs on no base hits. And here to take you over the next 3 innings is Scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
Okay, William. And Bill Lee doesn't seem bothered too much from that sore arm he got, shoulder really, and that big free-for-all here at the stadium. And Doyle Alexander has retired the first 9 Red Sox in order. Rick Miller up for the second look at him here in the top of the 4th. Miller lined to left field his first time up. Alexander pitching the left hand, hitting Rick Miller. And it's inside, ball 1. I tell you, Roy White, he very seldom gets mad, but when he popped up that time, he got to the dugout and fired his helmet in there and kicked the ground. Must have had a good pitch and just missed it. A little high, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Denny Doyle and Fred Lynn to follow. Alexander's pitch is on the inside corner, 2-1. Miller started a swing, held up, but it nicked the corner, says Nestor Shylock. Nobody out and nobody on. And nobody figured this game would be played tonight with all the rain we had. Yankees have been very fortunate with the rain. Last road trip. And here at home. Yankees only took batting practice twice on that last road trip. That pitch hits the outside corner and it's 2-2. No batting practice or fielding practice tonight either. The 2-2 delivery, changeup hit in the air to left field. Roy White right there. And makes the catch. 1 away. Alexander has his off-speed pitch working beautifully tonight. Denny Doyle bounced to first base his first time up. Time had been called momentarily. Now Doyle is in, ready to go. And Alexander's pitch is right down the middle, strike 1 call. Denny Doyle hit .310 for the Red Sox last year when he joined them from the California Angels. Really was a great spark for them. Batting only .241 right now. That pitch high and tagged 1-1. Don Zimmer, the new skipper of the Boston Red Sox, remains at the third base coaching spot. Hardly ever see a manager coaching anymore. That pitch outside, 2-1. But Zimmer's from the old school. Tell you, that young man went through an awful lot to stay in baseball. That pitch is low, 3 balls and a strike. Has a plate in his head to this day. It happened over in Brooklyn. Got hit in the head with a pitch. The 3-1 pitch right down the middle, 3-2. Said it, his life was in jeopardy, let alone his baseball career. But he came back. Played a lot of years in the big leagues. Managed in the minor leagues. Coached and managed in the big leagues. High fly to Roy White again. Another easy play for Roy. He's got it, and they're a two-away. That'll bring up Fred Lynn. Lynn, last year's Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player. He batted .331. Now, last year he had 21 homers and 105 runs batted in. This year, though, he's batting over .300, does not have the homers or RBIs. And he is one of the unsigned Red Sox players. Takes a pitch outside, ball one. Lynn, Burleson, and Fisk have not signed their contracts. Alexander's pitch, changeup, ground ball to second. Randolph has it to Chambliss, and that's 12 in a row that Doyle Alexander has retired. And at the end of 3.5, it's the Yankees 2 and the Red Sox nothing.
It was an idea whose time had come, and New York wanted it. The state legislature passed a new banking bill. The governor signed it. It's law. Now you can have your checking account at the bank that pays the highest allowable interest in your savings. The Lincoln. Free checking. No monthly charges, no minimum balances, no strings. When the Lincoln says free, we mean totally free. As long as you have $1 in the Lincoln savings account, you can write all the free personalized checks you like. No matter how many you write, you don't pay a cent. No matter how low your balance, there's never a service charge. And at the Lincoln, you can also have the comfort of a Safety Zone account. Your balance plus a $1,000 cushion. With a Lincoln Safety Zone account, you can write checks for up to $1,000 more than your balance without paying the $2 charge for overdrafts. When you borrow from your Safety Zone, your check is as good as if you had the money in your account. And interest on your Safety Zone loan stops the day you repay it. You've waited a long time for this. Call the Lincoln today. 782-6000. The Lincoln Savings Bank. 782-6000. Member FDIC.
All right, Lou Piniella leads it off for the Yankees here in the bottom of the fourth. The Yanks out in front 2-0 on the two-run homer by Greg Nettles in the second inning. After Chris Chambliss had ripped a single to right, Nettles hit a towering Babe Ruth-type home run way up in the air and just kept traveling. All right, the left-hander Lee delivers. There's a bouncer to third, but it kicks foul. And Piniella halfway down comes back. Lou Piniella, who has missed quite a few ball games with a bad hand, batting .267. Yankees play the Red Sox tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Chris Chambliss on deck. Lee kicks, delivers. It's low, 1-1. It's hard to believe the Red Sox are 15 games behind the Yankees. High and tight, 2 balls and a strike. Lee gets the sign from Fisk. Curve, bounce foul to the left of the plate, 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. They play Piniella straight away in the outfield. Infield is deep. Pitch bounced, and Lee tried to backhand it. Burleson can't get it, neither can Doyle. And Piniella's on, and that should be a base hit. Bill Lee will try for anything in an unorthodox manner. He'll reach behind his back. That time he tried to backhand the ball around his head, almost came up with it. But it's a base hit for Piniella. That's the third Yankee hit. And the batter will be Chris Chambliss, who lined a single to right. his first time up. Go to first, but Pinella's back. Lee sets, and the pitch is low, ball one. You know, last year, the Red Sox pitching staff did not commit a balk during the regular season. In the World Series, they called one on Tiant. High with a breaking pitch, 2-0. On the scoreboard, Baltimore leading, they're tied. Milwaukee has just tied them 2-2 at the end of 6 in Baltimore. Don Money got his 11th homer of the year in the 6th to tie it up. Lee May hit his 18th in the 4th. That curve breaks over, 2 balls and a strike. That's Slayton against Palmer, and Palmer has won the most games in the American League, 13. Cleveland 7 and Detroit 2 at the end of 4.5. Roberts started, Laxton in the 3rd, Bibby going for Cleveland. Curved swing and a miss, 2-2. Lavelle Blanks got his 4th homer of the year for the Indians. In the National League, it's the Mets nothing and Montreal 2 now, as they have hit 2 home runs. Throw to first base, Piniella back. Foote got his 7th of the year and Parrish his 4th of the year. Tom Seaver pitching that game against Rogers of Montreal. Cincinnati 1, Atlanta 1 at the end of 6. Bouncing ball, and Lee got his glove on that one, but it goes out to center field. Piniella around second, then holds on. And twice in a row, Lee has tried to get a ball hit back through the box in a very unorthodox way. He falls towards third, then whips the glove in back of his head. He deflected that one just a little bit, but back-to-back singles by Piniella and Chambliss. Yankees have 4 hits now, and the batter will be Greg Nettles, who hit the 2-run homer in the 2nd inning. Cincinnati 1, Atlanta 1 at the end of 6. Alcara against Negro. Pittsburgh 1 and the Phillies 1 into 2.5. Medich against Lonborg. Cubs and the Cardinals no score at the end of 2.5. Burris against Rasmussen. Giants nothing, Houston nothing into 1. Barr against Richard. All right, the stretch by Lee. The pitch to Nettles. Bouncing ball to first, grabbed by Yastrzemski, can only go to first base to get Nettles, and both runners advance. Yaz made a good play on a ball just over the bag. So there's 1 out. Yankee runners at 2nd and 3rd, and the batter, Juan Bernhard, who fly to right field his first time up. Bernhard, the designated hitter tonight. Bernhard is a good-looking young ball player. Well, I guess the Yankees are very happy that he was not picked up by somebody. He has had serious injuries in the past. Takes a pitch low and outside, ball 1. Really can handle the bat. Has looked very good in right field. At good speed, even though he has broken a foot, dislocated an ankle. That's deep enough to get a run in. Miller is under it. Piniella is tagging and makes the catch, but Piniella does not go. Goes halfway and comes back. Well, I guess they figure that Lou, not that fast. Had to be a perfect throw to get him. The Yankees held him up at third base, and they were 2 away. So there are 2 men out, and the batter now, Willie Randolph. Willie back in action after missing 16 ball games. They're going to put him on and pitch to Stanley. An intentional walk to Willie Randolph. That'll be the first walk given up by Bill Lee. There's ball 3. And now ball 4. So that loads him up for Fred Stanley. Stanley reached on an error his first time up, batting .204. On deck, Mickey Rivers. 2 men are out. Yankees in front, 2-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Chambliss and Piniella lead away. Pitch to Stanley in the dirt, ball one. The left-hander's next pitch, ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit. Piniella scores, here comes Chambliss, he'll score, and the Yankees lead 4-0 as the Red Sox strategy backfires. They walk Randolph intentionally, Stanley coming through with a clutch single up the middle, and the Yankees are out in front 4-0. I tell you, that's got to make Fred Stanley feel great, and Billy Martin, and all of the Yankees. Randolph held at second base, Stanley at first, and the batter, Mickey Rivers. Mickey has hit the ball on the nose twice, but is 0 for 2. He lined hard to right field, and then lined to second base where Doyle made a beautiful diving catch of a sinking line drive. Yankees scored 2 in the first, 2 here in the fourth. They lead 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Stretch by Lee. Sidearm curve is high, ball one. Remember, this is the first start for Bill Lee since May the 20th, when he was injured in a free-for-all here at Yankee Stadium. He's relieved 3 times. Comes to the belt. Curve is hit deep to right field, way back. That ball is out of here. A 3-run homer for Mickey Rivers, and the Yankees now lead 7-0. Holy cow, did he rip that one. Rivers has hit the ball on the nose 3 times, and he hit this one where nobody could catch it. 3 RBIs for Mickey Rivers, and the Yankees are out in front 7-0. A Getty round tripper for Mickey, and Mickey will receive Getty gift certificates good toward the purchase of Getty Premium. The gasoline that, according to a recent survey, sells from 2 to 2.5 cents less per gallon than most of the major premiums. Getty's got what's best for your car. And Roy White pops one up in a shallow left field. Under it is Rick Miller and makes the catch. The Yankees send 8 men to the plate. They pick up 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors, nobody left, and at the end of 4, they pick up 5 runs. Check that. At the end of 4, the Yankees lead 7-0.
A world leader in miniaturized electronics presents a new kind of digital timepiece. Truly slim, incredibly beautiful. A precise 5-function timepiece built by Fairchild, one of the world's leading suppliers of precision electronics. One button tells you hours, minutes, seconds, month, and date. Comes in a complete line of men's and women's styles, yellow and white finishes. Extremely durable, water and scratch resistant. Priced from only $115. When it's time, think Fairchild at distinctive jewelers everywhere.
Take 1 fresh egg. Fry it. Add 1 slice of ham. Sizzle it. Top with a slice of American cheese. Sandwich them all into a buttered, toasted bun, and you have the Breakfast Jack, a deliciously different sandwich from Jack in the Box that's made to order for people who are up early or up late. The Breakfast Jack. That's what's cooking at Jack in the Box.
We get ready to go in the top of the 5th. Carl Yastrzemski will lead it off. Yaz fouled out to Munson his first time up, batting .269. Doyle Alexander's pitch is low, ball 1. Alexander's got an exceptional changeup tonight. Fastball popped up. up, but that'll be out of play. Munson's coming back, but back in the seats and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch, curveball is in there, strike 2 call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big overhand curveball by Alexander that time. Yankees 7, Red Sox nothing in the top of the 5th. Big gap in left center field for Yastrzemski. Rivers over in right center. Piniella in right. There's a swing and a foul tip in and out of Munson's glove, so Yaz gets a life. Alexander delivers a ground ball to first. Chambliss has it, will make the play unassisted and beats him. I tell you, that was some changeup. Yaz was fooled completely. Right now, let's pause for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions Radio Network.
This is WMCA Strauss Communications in New York. If you buy unleaded gasoline or regular gasoline, now you can buy the best of both. Getty Unleaded Regular. Try it.
Bobby Darwin, the batter, swings and misses strike 1. Rivers made a beautiful play on Darwin to rob him of a base hit in the 2nd inning. Doyle Alexander. Yankees in front, 7-0. The kick and the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Alexander came in with 2 good fastballs. Remember when Bobby Darwin broke in with the Minnesota Twins? Man, what a red-hot rookie year he had. Waves that bat around right down the end of it. The 2-strike pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Low, and it's even at 2-2. On deck, Carlton Fisk. And time is called just as Alexander was ready to pitch. And I believe if Alexander had pitched, there would not have been time out because Darwin stepped out and then asked for time. And Nestor Shalak did not call time when Darwin stepped out. The 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. Doyle Alexander picks up his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. And with 2 out, nobody on, the batter Carlton Fisk, who fouled to Munson his first time up. Crowd get on Fisk. There's been an intense rivalry between Fisk and Munson as to who is the better catcher in the American League. Of course, our money goes on Munson. We see him all the time. And if Fisk can do more than Munson, he's got to be some kind of a ball player. The first pitch is low, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, outside ball 2, 2-0. Cecil Cooper on deck. Yankees picked up 2 in the 2nd, 5 in the 4th. Hard ground ball, but foul. Nice grab by the ball boy down the line. Hands it to a little tight down there. 2 balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th. The pitch high, 3-1. 3-1 delivery. Strike 2 called and nicked the outside corner. Alexander's pitch. Outside. Just missed. Alexander thought he had nicked the corner, and there goes the chance for a perfect game. Alexander had retired 14 men in a row before giving up that walk to Carlton Fisk. He still has the no-hitter going for him, though. And here's Cecil Cooper, who struck out his first time up. Earlier in the year against Cleveland, Alexander had 7 perfect innings before they broke up his streak. Yankees lead 7-0. Pitch to Cooper is bounced foul in the Yankee dugout, strike 1. Nice catch by Oscar Gamble. They did change Cooper's number. Alexander to the belt. Outside with a curve, it's 1-1. 2 men are out. Fisk at first. On deck, Rico Petrocelli. Fastball fouled back in the upper deck, out of play. I tell you, good pitch by Alexander as he jammed him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Doyle ready. Changeup hit deep to right, but foul. Man, did he get out in front of that one. Way back in the upper deck. But foul. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Cooper. Alexander to the belt. Line to right center field, but Rivers off with the crack of the bat. And one hands it jumping up in the air. Mickey Rivers is a sight to behold out there in center field. And he is a jackrabbit. No runs, no hits, no errors. The man left at the end of 4.5. It's the Yankees 7 and the Red Sox nothing.
Say, Bill, do you realize you've been systematically eating your way through that Butterfinger fun-sized bag, one right after another?
Sure, that's the Bill White system. Everybody knows I'm crazy about Butterfingers. All those crispy layers of peanut butter, crunchy candy, chocolatey coating.
I'm sorry, Bill, but everybody also knows that a Butterfinger's so good you've got to earn it. So how are you going to earn your Butterfinger?
Gee, I don't know.
Well, there's one thing you can do.
What's that?
Give me some. That's the Phil Rizzuto system.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC. Come on in. Come on in. Come on into HFC.
HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
So come on in. Come on in. Come on into HFC.
Household finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on into HFC.
So the Yankees, with a 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th, will send up Munson, Piniella, and Chambliss. We have a new pitcher for the Red Sox. Dick Pole now is making his way to the mound.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
If a little extra money can make this year's vacation one you and your family will always remember, ask HFC about a vacation loan. We'll do everything we can to lend you the money you need. Household finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life. And HFC is an equal opportunity lender.
A great Italian family of food products is waiting to meet you. The name is Polly-O. You can meet them on the shelves of your favorite market, in the dairy department, the delicatessen. Polio, ricotta, and mozzarella cheese, tomatoes and mushrooms, peppers and pepperoni, whatever. All really great Italians. All the help you need to make your dishes memorably, deliciously Italian. Today, get related to a great Italian family of food products. They're pleased to meet you. Polio.
Get to know Polio.
Dick Paul has come on to replace Bill Lee. Lee went 4 innings, giving up 7 runs on 6 base hits. Didn't strike out anybody and walked 1 man. That was intentional. Thurman Munson is 0 for 2. Ground ball to third. Petrocelli up with it. Throw to first. And Munson is retired. Thurman now 0 for 3 tonight. He has bounced to short. Fly to left before bouncing out to third here. Brings up Lou Piniella, who got the Yankee rally started in the 4th with an infield hit. First time up, Piniella bounced to second base. Lou batting .271. Pohl's pitch is inside, ball 1. Pohl is a big, tall right-hander. Swing and a foul tip held by the catcher. It's 1-1. Pohl is 6'3", 218 pounds. Ground ball to second base right there. Denny Doyle over to Yaz, and there are 2 away. Now Chris Chambers. Chris is 2 for 2. Single to right, scored ahead of Nettles' homer in the 2nd. Single to center, and scored on the single by Fred Stanley. Chris batting .307. And the pitch is a little bit high, ball 1. So we get word that Dick Williams has been fired as manager of the California Angels. Changeup fouled back, and it nicked Nestor Shylock. It's 1-1. And we get word now that Norm Sherry is the acting manager of the California Angels. Sherry, who used to coach third base under Dick Williams. Just as Don Zimmer used to coach third base under Darrell Johnson. Outside, 2-1. I think I'll apply for a third base coaching job. The 2-1 delivery is in there. Strike 2 called 2-2 with 2 out. Nobody on. Yankees in front 7-0. Bottom of the 5th. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Curve bounced to first. Yastrzemski backhands it. Nice play. Makes the play unassisted. 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 5, it's the Yankees 7 and the Red Sox 0.
I want to be like Noah Beer. I'm Schaefer people. I want flavor that won't disappear. Oh, I'm Schaefer people.
Consistency makes a great beer. And Schaefer's consistently fresh and crisp, consistently great tasting every single time because Schaefer's brewed twice the old world way. Kreuzening, we call it. Since 1842, Kreuzening, the extra step of brewing twice, has kept Schaefer consistently fresh and crisp, consistently great tasting beer after Schaefer beer.
I want to be like Noah Beer. I'm Schaefer people. I want flavor that won't disappear. Oh, I'm Schaefer people. Schaefer beer don't make me a bird. Your last one tastes as good as your first. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too. Yeah, yeah. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too.
On the scoreboard at the end of 6.5, it's Milwaukee 2 and Baltimore 2. Jim Palmer going for his 14th win of the year. Jim Slayton is 110. Don Money got his 11th homer of the year, and Lee May his 18th. It's Cleveland 7 and Detroit 2 at the end of 4.5. Blanks got his 4th homer of the year. In the National League, Montreal 2, Mets nothing, end of 5. Foote and Parrish have homered off Tom Seaver. Cincinnati 1, Atlanta 1 at the end of 6. The Phillies 6 and Pittsburgh 1 at the end of 4. Man, those Phillies. Cubs nothing, Cardinals nothing, end of 2.5. The Giants nothing, and Houston nothing, end of 1. Rico Petrocelli has bounced to short his first time up. Doyle Alexander delivers, and it's outside, ball 1. Alexander's allowed just one base runner, a walk to Fisk last inning. There's a strike on the corner. It's 1-1. Rico's been going more to right field this year. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike. On deck, Rick Burleson. High fly, not deep center. Coming in, Mickey Rivers. Randolph back. Randolph calling, and Willie makes the catch. So Willie's got that good mobility back in that knee. That brings up Rick Burleson, who flied to center field his first time up. Yankees 7, Red Sox nothing, top of the 6th. Outside, ball 1. On deck, Rick Miller. Low and outside, ball 2, 2-0. The 2-0 delivery, a bouncing ball is short. Nice hop to Stanley. Stanley's throw high, and it pulled. He's out. Whoa, it pulled Chambliss off the bag, but he got down in time. 2 away. Good play by Chambliss there. He had to leap high for that throw by Stanley. Came down in time to nip Burleson. Here's Rick Miller. Been up twice, line to left and flied to left. Miller, a left-hand batter. Alexander's pitch inside, ball 1. Delivery hit deep to right field, going back. Piniella back by the wall, leaps, and he's got it. Great time play by Lou Piniella as he caught that ball. He crashed into the wall and preserves the no-hitter through 6 innings by Doyle Alexander. Listen to this crowd. Give Lou a cheer. Lou. Oh, pretty play by Piniella. 3 up and 3 down. And through 5.5 innings, the Red Sox, no runs, no hits, 1 error. The Yankees, 7 runs, 6 hits, and no errors.
You've probably seen the Pepsi Challenge on TV. What you didn't see were interviewers with hidden microphones speaking to people right after they took the taste test. Here's what Kevin Blumel said.
What just happened?
I just went in there and sat down at the table down there, and the man behind the table had 2 glasses, one marked S, one marked L. I didn't know which was which. And he asked me to try the first one. I drank it and got a good taste of it. Chewed on some crackers, get the taste out of my mouth. Tried the second one and tasted that. Preferred that over Coke.
What do you normally drink?
I drink Coke more than water, usually.
And today you picked?
Pepsi. I like the taste of it. It tasted better.
Did you think it was a fair test?
Oh, by all means. I had no idea what was going on.
It's a fact. Nationwide, more Coca-Cola drinkers prefer Pepsi than Coke. But don't take our word for it. Don't take anyone's. Take the Pepsi Challenge. Let your taste decide.
Leading off for the Yankees in the bottom of the sixth, Greg Nettles. It was Greg's 2-run homer in the second inning that put the Yankees on the board. And then in the fourth inning, Greg bounced out to first base, batting .237. Dick Pole, who took over for Bill Lee, his pitch outside, ball one. Fastball on the corner, 1-1. Pole's ball really moves. On deck is Carlos May, who will be batting for Juan Bernhardt in the designated hitter role. 1-1 pitch outside. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, changeup fouled. That's about the closest a foul ball has come to us all year. It's going to be tough to get one here all year. I think we're going to give away a big prize if anybody gets one in the booth. It's almost impossible to get one in here. We have an overhang about 20 feet. The pitch swing and a miss, strike three. Nettles goes down swinging at a low curveball. And that's the first Yankee to get down on strikes tonight. It brings up Carlos May. Bernhardt, while he was in there, had fly to right and fly to left. Carlos May up for his first time at bat, hitting .241. Yankees in front, 7-0, bottom of the sixth. Pitch to Carlos, low, ball one. Carlos chokes way up on that bat. And the pitch outside, 2-0. Yankees have their 7 runs on 6 base hits, a 2-run homer by Nettles and a 3-run homer by Mickey Rivers, the big blow. And Fred Stanley drove in the other 2 runs with a single with the bases loaded. There's a strike to May, 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. On deck, Willie Randolph. The 2-1 pitch, ground ball in the hole, base hit, left field. Carlos May going the opposite way, hitting a hard grounder between third and short. That's the first hit off Pole, and it brings up Willie Randolph. Willie flying to left and received an intentional walk. He has scored a run in this game, batting .272. 1 man out. Carlos May has done an excellent job for the Yankees in the designated hitter role. Stretch by Pole, pitch to Randolph is high, ball one. Willie used Black Betsy his first 2 times up. Now he's got a nice shiny yellow bat up there. And on deck, Fred Stanley. In there, strike call, 1-1. Carlos May at first. Yastrzemski with that weird way of holding him on about 6 feet in front of the bag. That pitch nicked the bat. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Would have been ball 2, but Willie couldn't get the bat out of the way, and it just ticked it. You learn something every day. I just found out that the brown bat was called a Hornsby type bat. Boy, anybody could hit like Hornsby. Some kind of a hitter. The pitch lined right at the second baseman. Throw to first. Hits Carlos May and goes in the dugout. That'll be an error on Doyle. And May used his back beautifully that time. He would have been doubled off. And he's going to go all the way to third. 2 bases on a throw that goes into the dugout or the camera booth. So line to second and error charged to Doyle. They would have had Carlos at first, but Carlos just clenched his back muscles. The ball hit him in the back. He's rubbing up near the left shoulder now. And the batter, Fred Stanley, who reached on an error and singled to center to drive in 2 runs. May at third with 2 out. The Yankees leading 7-0 bottom of the 6th. The pitch is in there, strike 1 call. All 7 runs have been charged to Bill Lee, the starting pitcher. The 1-strike pitch, low, 1-1. Mickey Rivers on deck. May leads away. Pitch to Stanley, low, ball 2, 2-1. When you're going good, you get all the breaks. When you're going bad, like the Red Sox, everything goes against you. Now the 2-1 delivery. Ground ball to first. Past Yastrzemski. That'll be a base hit. The run scores, and Stanley holds that first base. The Yankees lead 8-0. Fred Stanley went with an outside fastball and drilled it right off the end of the glove of Yastrzemski for a base hit in a right field. Another run batted in for Stanley. That's 3 on the night for Stanley. Carlos May scores, and the Yankees now lead 8-0. Mickey Rivers, the batter. Mickey line to right, line to second, and line to home run into the seats. Pole sets, and the pitch is fouled out of play, strike 1. Yankees 8 runs on 8 base hits. They have made them count. Rivers batting .302. Pitch to Rivers outside, 1-1. I'll tell you, Mickey's having some kind of a year. He has 6 homers and 45 runs batted in for a leadoff man. Some guys batting 4th in the league don't have that many. Stanley leads away. Curve is bounced towards the hole. Doyle was left up with it. Flipped to first. They got Rivers. But the Yankees pick up another run on 2 hits, 1 error, and a man left. And at the end of 6, it's the Yankees 8 and the Red Sox nothing.
Nowadays, you can't listen to radio, watch television, or read a newspaper without some auto manufacturer telling you what great gas mileage his car gets. They quote the EPA, tell you how many miles per gallon they get in the city, and how many they get on the highway. Well, all these facts are great to know. But if there's anything you need as much as cars that make your gasoline go a little further, it's a gasoline that makes your dollar go a little further. At the Getty Oil Company, we have a new gasoline that's perfect for newer cars. Getty Unleaded Regular, with the octane performance of regular and the clean running smoothness of unleaded. But most important, we sell Getty Unleaded Regular for less than most other major unleadeds. So now you can choose a car that gives you more miles for your money and a gasoline. Getty Premium and new Getty Unleaded Regular. We've got what's best for your car.
sprinkling a little sand out on the pitching area for Doyle Alexander. Through 6 innings, the Yankees have 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Red Sox, no runs, no hits, and 2 errors. A lot of people are superstitious. They say you should never mention the fact that a pitcher has a no-hitter going. But you know, there are a lot of people who tune in late to a ball game and would like to know what's going on. Well, different announcers, different strokes for different folks. That's what I always say. So Alexander loosening up. You see a pair of white shoes slowly descending the steps here in the radio booth. And they can only belong to one man that I know, with a foot that big and a body to go with it, as he takes off his coat to relax. And he can't relax because we got something going on out here as we go into the 7th inning. Big Frank Messer. Frank?
Okay, Scooter, thank you very much, and good evening, everybody. I'm glad you explained that, Scooter, why the old superstition has gone by the boards talking about a pitcher not having allowed a base hit in a ball game, because in all fairness to our listeners, it has to be mentioned, superstitious or not. All right, we're set to go to the 7th inning, and the first pitch to Doyle is low, ball 1. Left-hand hitter against right-hander Doyle Alexander. Doyle pops one up on the left side of the infield. Fred Stanley is under it, and the shortstop makes the catch. We pause 15 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions radio network.
WMCA Strauss Communications in New York. This is Mel Allen. On its 30th birthday, Emery Air Freight has this advice for you. Never trust an air freight company under 30.
Here is Fred Lynn, left-hand batter. Takes a fastball inside, ball 1. Lynn batting .311, the Red Sox leading hitter. Twice he has grounded out to Willie Randolph. The wind on the pitch, fast and inside again, 2 balls and no strikes. Alexander has walked only 1 man. 2-0 deal. Change is over. Strike call. Milwaukee and Baltimore tied 2-2 at the end of 8. Right here, the Yankees lead 8-0. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. And strike 2 is called, and Lynn turns around to complain to Nestor Charlotte. 2-2. Don Money is homered for Milwaukee tonight. Lee May for Baltimore. It was Money's 11th, May's 18th. Slayton and Palmer tied up 2-2 at the end of 8. 2-2 pitch here to Lynn. Inside, ball 3 and a full count. Cleveland now leads Detroit 9-2 at the end of 7. Marvell Blanks and Rico Carty have homered for Cleveland. It was Carty's 11th, Blanks 4th. This pitch is lined deep but foul into the right field seats. Count holds 3-2. Minnesota and Chicago scoreless at the end of 1.5. Oakland and Kansas City not yet underway on the coast. 3-2 to Fred Lynn. The pitch. High. Ball 4, and Alexander has issued his 2nd walk. So the Sox have a runner with 1 out, and the batter will be Carl Yastrzemski. Montreal leads the Mets 2-0 end of 7. Foote and Parrish have homered for Montreal off Tommy Seaver. Cincinnati 1, Atlanta 1 end of 6. Phillies 6, Pirates 1 at the end of 5.5. Cubs and the Cardinals scoreless in the bottom half of the 3rd. Giants and Houston, no score, end of 1. The pitch to Yaz. In there for a called strike. Breaking ball from Doyle Alexander. Yankee infield shaded around to the right side on Yaz. The outfield the same way. And the 0-1 pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1. Munson batted it down. Kept it right at his feet. Bob Darwin, the right fielder, is on deck. Chambliss is not holding Lynn on at first base. He's playing the line behind the bag. Alexander peeks over there. 1-1 deal. Outside and low, ball 2, 2-1. Yankees lead 8-0. Greg Nettles and Mickey Rivers have homered in the ball game for the Yankees, both off starter Bill Lee. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on in line to right center field. Piniella running, and he's got it. Lou Piniella got a good jump at right field. Ran the ball down, going to his right. There are 2 out, and the batter is Bobby Darwin. Darwin, the victim of a fine running catch by Mickey Rivers in the second. Then he struck out in the 5th. Lynn at first, 2 down. Alexander peeks for the sign. Drops the hands and the pitch. Outside, backhanded by Thurm Munson. Fred Stanley shades over in the hole on Bobby Darwin. Rivers takes a couple of steps toward left field. Piniella shades toward center. Willie Randolph edges over toward second base. The infield is deep. And the 1-0 pitch. Fouled at the plate as he was out in front of the change. 1 ball and 1 strike. Carlton Fisk is on deck. 2 outs. Lynn at first by virtue of a walk. The second by Alexander. One pitch. Bounced foul outside of third. And fielded by third base coach and manager Don Zimmer. Milwaukee and Baltimore tied 2-2 at the end of 9. Right here, the Yankees lead 8-0. Doyle Alexander has allowed 2 base runners, both on walks. Fisk with 2 outs in the 5th. Doyle with 1 out here in the 7th. Or rather, Lynn with 1 out here in the 7th. Lynn leads the pitch to Darwin. Swing and a miss got him on the change. And it's a no-hitter through 7. No runs, no hits, a walk and a man left. At the end of 6 1/2, the score is New York 8 and Boston nothing.
And now I'd like to tell you about a charming restaurant right in the heart of Manhattan on 40th Street. It's called Les Champs. At Les Champs, you'll recognize many of your favorite ball players enjoying hearty steaks, shrimp scampi, prime ribs, and tempting continental dishes. Les Champs is open for lunch and dinner Mondays through Fridays, and there's delightful piano music every evening. Les Champs is located at 25 East 40th Street between Park and Madison Avenues, and there's free valet parking. For reservations, call LE26566. That's LE26566.
If money is money, come on into HFC.
Did you know that all your big bills could be combined into one smaller monthly payment? It could make your month go a little easier. Come on into Household Finance and ask about a bill payer loan. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
Household Finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on in to HFC.
Job in the good old summertime. And we're hoping for a good old summertime day, Saturday, August 7th, for Old Timers Day here at the stadium. Yankees welcome back some 50 all-time stars who had great careers or great moments in old Yankee Stadium, coming back to see the new ballpark. And among the latest to accept invitations are Hector Lopez,
Sal Ibarz, Camilo Pascual, and George Selkirk. Old Timers Day, Saturday, August 7th. Festivities begin at 1:15 here at Yankee Stadium. Roy White will lead off the bottom half of the 7th. Roy is 0 for 3 with a fly ball to right, a pop to second, and a fly to left. He takes a fastball from Paul, strike call. Rico Petroselli on the grass at third base. And Paul's next pitch, change is hit in the air behind second base. Coming on, the center fielder, Lynn. Loping in, and he makes the catch. So, White is retired for the 4th time, and Thurm Munson the batter. Thurman grounded out to short his first time up, thus ending his string of being on base 8 straight times with 6 hits and 2 walks. Since the ground out, he has flied deep to left. Miller took the ball at the wall and bounced out to third. Thurman Munson hitting .336, the Yankees' leading hitter, third leading hitter in the American League behind George Brett and Hal McRae of Kansas City. The wind by Paul on the pitch. Inside, ball 1. The shortstop Burleson plays Munson a couple of steps in the hole. The outfield is bunched towards center, giving Thurman both corners. The wind, the 1-0 delivery. Strike gets the outside corner and looked like a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. Yankees lead 8-0 in the bottom half of the 7th. Lou Piniella is on deck. Dick Paul tugs at his shirt sleeve, now starts the wind. Right-hander pitches. Munson hits a ground ball too short. Burleson fires. And safe. Burleson's throw was in the dirt. Yaz stepped off the bag to scoop the throw. And Munson is on. An error will be charged to Burleson, his second throwing error in the ball game. And the Red Sox third error, all on throws. Burleson's other throwing error on Fred Stanley in the third went about 15 feet over Yaz's head and hit a fan in the stands. Now he throws in the dirt, and to scoop the throw, Yaz had to leave the bag. So Munson is on. Piniella the batter with 1 out. Lou is 1 for 3. Right-hand hitter bounces one slowly to the left side. Petroselli has it, goes to second in time. Munson is forced, no throwback to first. So Piniella. 5-4 on the play. And Chris Chambliss will step in. The Yankee first backer has 2 hits in 3 trips. He has scored 2 runs. He was on board in the second inning when Greg Nettles homered. He was also on when Fred Stanley hit a bases-loaded single for a pair later. He takes high, ball 1. Yankees got 2 in the second, 5 more in the fourth. Stanley's bases-loaded single, and then a 3-run homer by Mickey Rivers. The stretch by Paul, the set, and the pitch. Bounce to the left side, base hit through the hole out into left field. Chambliss hit it right off the end of the bat. Piniella down to second and holding on there. And Chambliss is now 3 for 4. That will bring up Greg Nettles. Nettles hit his 15th home run of the year in the second inning. Then bounced out to the first baseman, Yastrzemski, and struck out. So Greg is 1 for 3. He now has 49 runs batted in, 15 homers. 2 on, 2 gone, and the pitch. A bit high to Greg, ball 1. Yankees lead 8-0. Yankees have 9 hits. The Red Sox have not had a base hit in the ball game through 7 times at bat. checks second and deals. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nettles. Carlos May is on deck. Ball ready. And brings it. Off-speed pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. To Nettles. Well, at second, Chambliss at first, and the pitch is lined to right field. That's going to be a base hit in the corner. Played off the wall by Dahlman. Here comes Spinella to score. Chambliss is flagged down at third base, and Nettles goes into second base with a double. 2-base hit, a run batted in for Nettles, and the Yankees lead 9-0. Gets his third RBI. And now Carlos May, who batted for Juan Bernhardt in the 6th inning, and singled and later scored. Big right-hander Jim Willoughby is warming up in the Boston bullpen. Carlos May batting with runners at second and third and 2 out. Ball goes to the full windup, and the pitch. Strike 1 is called. Carlos May is batting .245. He singled to left in the 6th inning. The left fielder Miller plays him in and tight to the line. And strike 2 is called. No balls, 2 strikes. Look like the same pitch, same place. Willie Randolph is on deck. Wind up by Dick Paul, 0-2 deal. Lined and caught by the second baseman, Denny Doyle. Doyle left his feet to spear it. For the Yankees, 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 men are left. At the end of 7 innings, the score is New York 9 and Boston nothing. When a chocolate soft drink is #1 in the USA, it's got to have something going for it. Yoo-hoo does. Great taste, rich and creamy, really refreshing. If you like the taste of chocolate, you'll love Yoo-hoo chocolate drink. And Yoo-hoo contains high-quality protein made from 99% fat-free milk. It'll keep your action going, so how about it? Isn't it time you knew Yoo-hoo, America's favorite chocolate drink? It's Yogi Berra's favorite, too. Make it yours. Yoo-hoo chocolate drink, the action drink for action people. Delicious.
A world leader in miniaturized electronics presents a new kind of digital timepiece. Truly slim, incredibly beautiful. A precise 5-function timepiece built by Fairchild, one of the world's leading suppliers of precision electronics. 1 button tells you hours, minutes, seconds, month, and date. Comes in a complete line of men's and women's styles, yellow and white finishes. Extremely durable, water and scratch resistant. Priced from only $115. When it's time, think Fairchild at distinctive jewelers everywhere.
We go to the 8th inning. Carlton Fisk, Cecil Cooper, and Rico Petroselli are scheduled to bat. Fisk is 0 for 1. He's popped to Munson and walked. First pitch, curve is low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Alexander delivers. Low again, ball 2. This one ordered the baseball examined by Nestor Shylock, and he throws it out of the game. Stanley well over in the hole at shortstop against the right-hand hitting Fisk. Willie Randolph shades towards second. The outfield is spread out with Piniella maybe a couple of steps towards center. Alexander winds, 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Alexander has walked 2 men in the ball game. He has not allowed a base hit. He has struck out 3, getting Bobby Darwin twice. He delivers. A strike is called. It's 3-1 now on Carlton Fisk. The wind, 3-1 delivery. High, ball 4. Third walk by Alexander. Second time he has walked Fisk. And it brings up Cecil Cooper, the designated hitter. Cooper is struck out and lined out to Mickey Rivers, who made a running catch. Left-hand batter. And now Stanley and Willie Randolph play him up the middle. Nettles is wide and close at third, right at the edge of the grass. He hits the first pitch in the air to right field. Lou Piniella cruising to his right, comes in, he's waiting, he's got it, and there's one away. And now Rico Petrocelli. The Boston third baseman has grounded out to short and popped up to second. Alexander now will wait for his outfield to realign as Mickey Rivers moves over toward left center field. Roy White backs up and shades toward the corner. A gap in right center, and the pitch is over the outside corner. A breaking ball, strike 1. Rick Burleson comes out on deck. Randolph playing deep at first, letting Fisk have his lead. The 0-1 pitch. He fouls it back from the plate, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Rico Petrocelli. Can Doyle Alexander do it? 1 out in the 8th inning, 1 runner on via a walk. Fisk takes his lead. The 2-strike pitch. High, a fastball, 1-2. He showed it to him, but would not let him swing at it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stanley shading the hole at short. And the 1-2 pitch. Foul straight back and into the upper deck. Count holds 1-2 on Rico Petrocelli. The Yankees are leading 9-0. The set by Alexander. 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, short for the short. Stanley has, goes to Randolph, out. Back to first, double play. And the Red Sox are retired in the 8th. A no-hitter through 8 innings for Doyle Alexander. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 7.5, it's the Yankees nothing and the Yankees 9 and the Red Sox nothing. Who's excited?
Colonial's Yankee Franks. The beef Franks with the taste that takes you out to the ball game present the flavor of Yankee baseball. Frank Crissetti supplied the key hits in the 4-game 38 series sweep of the Cubs. This 8th inning homer brought the Yanks from behind to win Game 2.
There's the pitch. A hard hit fly ball going far out into left field. Reynolds goes there, and the ball is over the fence for a home run. Crissetti hitting a home run over the left center field fence, diving in, Hogue ahead of him, and putting the Yankees out in front. The first home run of the series. It's hit by Frankie Crissetti. He drives in 2 runs, and the Yankees are out in front by a score of 4-3.
The flavor of Yankee baseball is brought to you by Colonial's Yankee Franks. The only Franks sold at Yankee Stadium are now available at supermarkets near you, so you can enjoy that famous baseball flavor on your own home plate. Colonial's Yankee Franks, the beef Franks with the taste that takes you out to the ball game.
As we go to the 8th inning, it will be right-hander Jim Willoughby. Seems like everything else is almost inconsequential now as we look ahead to the 9th inning. And Doyle Alexander who had a 7-inning perfect game against Cleveland here on June 24th, has allowed no hits through 8. As Willoughby warms up, we'll check the scoreboard. In the American League, Milwaukee and Baltimore 2-2 at the end of 9. Cleveland 9 and Detroit 2 at the end of 7. White Sox 2, Minnesota 1 at the end of 2.5. Kansas City and Oakland has not started. In the National League, Montreal 2, the Mets nothing at the end of 7. Both runs were homers, Foote and Parrish off Tom Seaver. Cincinnati 1, Atlanta 1 at the end of 6. Philadelphia 6, Pittsburgh 1 at the end of 5.5. Cubs and Cards 3-3 at the end of 5. Giants 3, Houston nothing at the end of 6. San Diego at Los Angeles has not started. Willie Randolph leads off the bottom half of the 8th. Back in action after missing 16 games with a knee injury. Willie is 0 for 2. He has flied to left, then walked intentionally and lined out to the second baseman, Denny Doyle. The windup by Willoughby on the pitch. Slider misses, ball 1. Dick Pohl pitched 2 innings. Gave up 2 runs, 4 hits. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Pohl pitched 3 innings. Gave up 2 runs and 4 hits. Pohl struck out 1, did not walk anybody. Now the 1-1 to Randolph. Here it comes. Lined and caught by Burleson. Woody Randolph is robbed again on a solid line drive within the range of an infielder, this time Burleson. 1 out. Big hand for Fred Stanley. Stanley has driven in 3 runs in the ball game with a pair of singles. He's 2 for 3. He had a total of 4 RBIs for the season, and he has driven in 3 tonight. First pitch, bounced foul down off his foot. Strike 1. Down came up and hit him in the knee, it looks like now. Got him in the foot and then came straight back up and hit him in the knee. That's got to hurt twice. Well, Stanley will be given time to walk off the pain. Mr. Shylock, the plate umpire, talks to him. Yankees lead 9-0. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Jim Willoughby into the windup and the 1-strike pitch. Got the inside corner, strike 2. Mickey Rivers is on deck. No balls, 2 strikes on Fred Stanley. Willoughby rocks the kick and the pitch. Sidearm pitch is hit in the air to right field. Moving back toward Bobby Darwin. Under it, he's got it. 2 down. And now the top of the order, Mickey Rivers. Looking ahead to the 9th inning for the Red Sox. It'll be Rick Burleson, Rick Miller, and Dennis Doyle against Doyle Alexander. 2 outs, nobody on. Rivers homered in the 4th, his 6th of the year. He takes low, ball 1. Mickey Rivers has batted leadoff all year. Nonetheless, he now has 45 runs batted in. The 1-0 delivery. Foul straight back to the screen. 1-1. Right-hander Tom Murphy loosens up in the Boston bullpen. Now the pitch. Foul back in the crowd behind the third base dugout. A ball and 2 strikes on Mickey Rivers. They play him straight away. The wind by Willoughby and the pitch. Side armor line to right field, base hit. Bobby Darwin fields the ball, and Rivers is on with his 2nd hit of the ball game. That will bring White. Mickey Rivers now has 114 base hits for the year. Thurman Munson has 119. Chris Chambliss has 3 hits tonight and 117 on the year. Roy White has 101 hits on the year. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Rivers at first. Yaz holding the pitch. Hit in the air to center. Back into his left goes Freddie Lynn. Under it and makes the catch. And that retires the Yankees and sets up the top of the ninth. No runs, a hit. No errors, a man left. At the end of 8, the score is New York 9 and Boston nothing.
Your last one tastes as good as your first. Get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too.
Can Doyle Alexander do it? The last Yankee pitcher to pitch a no-hit, no-run ball game was Don Larson in the 1956 World Series when he pitched a perfect game, the only perfect game in series history, and won it 2-0. In regular season play, 1951, Allie Reynolds pitched 2 no-hitters, one at Cleveland and one against the Red Sox here at Yankee Stadium. Doyle Alexander has not allowed a hit through the first 8. He has walked 3, and he has struck out 3. Leading off, Rick Burleson, right-hand batter, swings, and there's going to be the first base hit. A liner into right center. Bonilla has to play it on 1 hop, and the leadoff batter in the 9th inning breaks up the no-hitter. Bill Kane, and look at the crowd. A standing ovation for Doyle Alexander. A standing ovation. He got a standing ovation when he came out to warm up. He gets another one now, even though his no-hitter is down by the board. A leadoff single by Rick Burleson. Lester Shylock is called time. Running Alexander had his moment. Doyle tips his cap to the crowd, and you can hear him in the background. Alexander is going to pitch, with the crowd still cheering him. Mr. Miller is in for a called strike. Now the crowd quiets down and settles back to the seats. The 0-1 delivery swung on and missed, and he gets away from Munson. Down to second base. Burleson. Pitch was in the dirt. Miller took a cut at it, missed it, and it's a strike on a wild pitch. Talk about being fooled. No balls and 2 strikes. There's a pitch inside. Backs Miller away. The paid attendance tonight, 43,252. The game was delayed by rain for half an hour. And still 43,252. The pitch, fastball inside, 2-2. The base hit came on Doyle Alexander's 102nd pitch of the ball game. Two balls and 2 strikes. The count on Rick Miller. Rick Burleson at second with the only hit for the Red Sox. And the next pitch, foul back. Count holds 2-2. On June 24th against the Indians here, Doyle Alexander had a perfect game through 7. He had retired 21 men in a row. Rico Carty led off the 8th inning with a base hit. Two balls and 2 strikes. The count on Rick Miller. And the pitch to him. In the dirt, blocked by Munson. Miller tonight has flied twice to left. And then Piniella climbed the wall in right to catch his drive in the 6th inning. Piniella went high in the air and then had to really bring his hands down a bit to make the catch. But he made it. 3-2 delivery. Changeup is hit in the air to center field. Mickey Rivers going back for it. Burleson is tagged at second. Rivers makes the catch, and Burleson will go to third. No throw to third base. We'll pause for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions radio network.
This is WMCA Strauss Communications in New York. If you buy unleaded gasoline or regular gasoline, now you can buy the best of both. Getty Unleaded Regular. Try it.
Well, Bill Caden, our traveling secretary sitting here in the booth with us tonight, had said a few minutes ago before the base hit that he had never seen a no-hitter in the major leagues. Bill, we came close again. We've come close, 3 times this year now. There's a strike call to left-hand hitting Denny Doyle. And the 0-1 pitch from Alexander. Hit right back. Doyle knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first base. He's got him. He's out at first. And Burleson has to hold it third. Gene Monahan, the Yankee trainer, comes out to check on Doyle Alexander. Well, we almost saw one. Thought we were going to see one in Kansas City with Rudy May. And Doyle Alexander, 7 innings of perfect ball against Cleveland. And here tonight, 8 innings of no-hit ball until the first batter on the first pitch in the 9th. Rick Burleson lined a single to right center. A clean base hit. No way the ball could have been fielded. Now they're at 2 out. Alexander took 1 warm-up throw. Monahan goes back to the dugout. And the batter is Fred Lynn. Left-hand hitter, 0 for 2 with a walk. He takes a strike over the inside corner. Maybe looking for the changeup and got the fastball. 0-1. They play up the middle for him. Nettles wide and shallow at third. The outfield to right. And this pitch is lined. That's going to be a base hit, and there goes the shutout. Line drive base hit to the right field corner delivers Burleson. So Lynn gets the second hit for the Red Sox and drives in their first run. For Lynn, his 35th RBI. The Yankees lead 9-1. And the batter is Carl Yastrzemski. He is popped to Munson, grounded to Chambliss, and lined out to Piniella. First pitch. Swung on and foul back in the upper deck over the broadcast booth. Bobby Darwin is on deck. Yankees lead 9-1. Lynn at first, 2 out. The set by Alexander. His next pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Yaz. Right-hander stretches, comes set. 1-1 delivery. Bounced foul outside of first. He had Yastrzemski way out in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No significant changes on the scoreboard. Yankees lead this one 9-1. The set by Alexander. He pitches. Yastrzemski hits a ground ball. Nettles can't get it. Base hit through into left field. Down to second and holding Fred Lynn. The third hit of the inning and the third hit of the ball game. Bob Darwin will be the batter. At the end of 9, Milwaukee and Baltimore 2-2. Money and May have homered. Don Money is 11th for the Brewers, and Lee May is 18th for the Orioles. Cleveland 9, Detroit 2 in the bottom half of the 8th. White Sox lead Minnesota 2-1 at the end of 2.5. Darwin steps in. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice, fly to Rivers. He takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Alexander offers, pitch is fouled out of play back in the upper deck. In National League action, Philadelphia 11 and Pittsburgh 1 at the end of 8. An update on that ball game. As they say on Wall Street, the ticker may be running a little bit behind, gentlemen. No balls and 2 strikes on Darwin. 2 outs, 2 on. Alexander deals high and away. A ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Foul back against the screen. The count holds 1-2. Carlton Fisk is on deck. The Yankees lead 9-1. 2 outs, 2 on in the 9th inning. Alexander is ready. He deals. Pitch is fouled out of play again, this time down the right field line. The Yankees hold on to the lead, win the ball game. They will be 16 games ahead of Boston. As we told you, Baltimore is tied up in extra innings. Alexander ready. And his 1-2 pitch. Changeup is bounced. Nettles got it. Can he get somebody? He does at second. They get the force at second on Yastrzemski. And there's the ball game. For the Red Sox in the 9th, 1 run, 3 hits. No Yankee errors, 2 men left. Doyle Alexander, who had a no-hitter through 8, who does not get the no-hitter nor the shutout, but he gets the win. I'll have the totals and the recap for you in just 1 minute. The final score is New York 9 and Boston 1.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows your car's transmission better than AMCO Transmissions, because they've serviced more than 4 million transmissions. 4 million! Every make of American car and many foreign cars, too. So, no matter what kind of car you drive, remember, if you have transmission trouble, nobody knows your car's transmission better than AMCO. Nobody. AMCO Transmissions. AAMCO.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
At Household Finance, we know there are things you want today. But if you start saving so you can buy them tomorrow, somehow tomorrow never comes. At HFC, we've been solving that problem for almost 100 years. Come on into Household Finance today for the things you want today. HFC is an equal opportunity lender.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
Well, here are the totals, ladies and gentlemen. For the New York Yankees, 9 runs on 11 hits. The Yankees did not commit an error, and they left 5 men on base. For the Boston Red Sox, 1 run on 3 hits. They committed 3 errors, and the Red Sox left 4 men on base. The winning pitcher going all the way, Doyle Alexander. His record is now 5 wins and 6 losses. It was Alexander's 3rd complete game of the season. And the losing pitcher, Bill Lee, who started for Boston and worked 4 innings. Lee's record is now 0-4. The Yankees got all the runs that Doyle Alexander needed in the second. With 1 out, Chris Chambliss ripped a single to right field. Greg Nettles followed with a towering home run. The Yankees had a 2-0 lead. The Yankees sent 8 men to the plate in the 4th and scored 5 runs on 4 hits. A bases-loaded single by Fred Stanley after an intentional walk to Willie Randolph to get to Stanley. And then a 3-run home run by Mickey Rivers. The Yankees added a single run in the 6th and 1 more in the 7th. So Nettles drives in 3, Rivers drives in 3, and Fred Stanley drives in 3 runs. And I'll have more about the ball game for you when I come back right after this timeout for your local station.
Yes, yes, it's the time to say yes at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
In its first year on the market, Plymouth Volare was chosen as Motor Trend magazine's Car of the Year. But with the cleanup deal you can get on Volare right now, you'll probably call it the bargain of the year. Plymouth Volare.
Yes, yes, it's the time to say yes at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
And right now you can get a cleanup deal on any one of the 3 Volare models, like the 4-door Volare sedan, America's roomiest compact sedan. Volare wagon, America's roomiest compact wagon. And the good-looking Volare coupe. So what do you say to that?
Yes, yes, it's the time to say yes at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Get your year-end clearance deal at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Yes.
Well, in a ball game like this, when you start figuring up the Schaefer Player of the Year point awards, you wish you had about 40 awards, 40 points to give out. First of all, you'd almost like to give everything to Doyle Alexander for the no-hitter through 8. That we're going to name Alexander the number 1 star of the ball game, certainly, and award 5 points. Doyle Alexander 5. And for the RBI production from a point that you really don't expect it, we're going to name Fred Stanley the number 2 star for his 3 runs batted in on a bases-loaded single and another single later in the ball game. And Greg Nettles will receive 2 points as the number 3 star of the ball game for his 3 RBIs, a home run, and a double. And I'm not slighting Mickey Rivers at all. He had 3 runs batted in as he hit his 6th home run of the year and also had a single. But we're only allowed so many. So Alexander 5, Stanley 3, Nettles 2. Tonight's winning Yankee pitcher, Doyle Alexander, and for Doyle and his family, gift certificates, compliments of Jack in the Box, where he can take life a little bit easier at Jack in the Box restaurants. The Pontiac Gamer Award goes to Greg Nettles. Greg got the what proved to be the winning run for the Yankees with his 15th home run of the year in the 2nd inning. It scored Chambliss ahead of him, Greg crossing the plate with run number 2. So Nettles receives a gift basket filled with polio ricotta, mozzarella, and other fine polio products. And tonight's Butterfinger Fielding Award goes to Lou Piniella, the Yankee right fielder. Lou Piniella went up the wall to take Rick Miller's bid for an extra base hit and put it in his glove to end the 6th inning. So we'll say that Lou Piniella sure earned his Butterfingers. Big news tonight at the stadium, a no-hitter through 8 innings by Doyle Alexander. But the first man up in the 9th, on Alexander's 102nd pitch of the ball game, Rick Burleson lined a clean single to right center. After getting 2 men out, Freddie Lynn came up with a base hit to drive in the run. Carl Yastrzemski added another base hit. Alexander had to settle for a 9-1 3-hit victory, and I'm sure that Doyle will settle for it, his 5th win of the year. The executive producers of Yankee baseball are Mike DiTomaso and Jerry Kelly. Associate producer is Enos Carneseca. Our engineer has been Dan Bartolucci. Lines and network facilities were arranged by the Robert Wold Company. Our next Yankee broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon when the Yankees meet the Red Sox here at Yankee Stadium. Airtime is 2:15. Join us in the on-deck circle at 2:05. Until then, this is Frank Messer, along with Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, saying so long from Yankee Stadium in New York. Once again, the final score, the New York Yankees 9 and the Boston Red Sox 1.
Today's game has been brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth. It's the year to say yes to Motor Trend's Car of the Year, Chrysler Plymouth Volare. By Gabriel. No matter what you drive, no matter how you drive, there's a Gabriel shop for you. Gabriel, King of the Road. By Colonial Yankee Franks. The only Franks sold at Yankee Stadium are now available at supermarkets everywhere. Buy Schaefer Beer. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too. Buy Household Finance. A good place to borrow money. Buy Getty Premium and new Getty Unleaded Regular. The higher octane gasoline with the lower prices. And buy Lincoln Savings Bank. The bank who makes friends for life. The Lincoln Savings Bank. In Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, and Manhattan. Communications in New York.